Hey guys, I'm Calvin Nicholson and welcome to Calvin's Guide Game. Today I'm going to do a board game review on a party game by Out of the Box Publishing. It is Apples to Apples. I'm sure many of you have heard about this game. It's been out quite a while. This game is for 4 to 10 players, plays in about 20 to 30 minutes. It says it takes 5 minutes to learn. It's not a hard game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out here on the table for you, show you what comes in the box, and then I'll come back and tell you what I think about it. Okay guys, here's what comes in the box for Apples to Apples. You get 2 of these card trays, you get multiple cards. There are 749 red apple cards, and you have 249 green apple cards. So the object of this game is to get, depending on the number of players that you have. If you have 4 players, you got to get 8 green apples to win. And up to, if you have 8 to 10, you got to get 4 green apples to win. So what's going to take place is, here's the rules. It's pretty simple rules. They're not very difficult. Can you see those? All right. They're not very difficult to look at or read. Very, very fast to learn. It's very, very easy. So what's going to happen is everybody's going to get dealt a hand of 7 cards. So I'm just going to lay these out here for you so you can see. Hopefully you can see those. You have My Bedroom, X-Rays, Disneyland, Grace Kelly, Science Fictions, Rainbows, and Cell Phones. So what's going to happen is one person is going to be the judge. So the judge then takes a green apple, he flips it over. That person will not put anything out this turn as a red card. But what they'll do is they'll take a red card from each player that player chooses. You're going to take one, place it face down, which we'll do here. The green card, green apple card says misunderstood. So misunderstood also has some other things on the card to kind of give you a little bit more reasoning about what it is. So it says not grasped, not learned, not absorbed. So those are what misunderstood means. So out of my 7 cards, I have My Bedroom, X-Rays, Disneyland, Grace Kelly, Science Fiction, Rainbows, and Cell Phones. So to me, I'm going to pick Science Fiction, and I'm going to place it face down. And so each person will pick a card. I'll just pick one here at random. Say there's 4 people playing. Alright, so then this person will pick up the cards. He'll take them. Alright, so now they have, for misunderstood, this person is going to get to judge, and he's going to pick the best answer that is either funny to them, relates to the card the best, or whatever. We have Science Fiction, Big Macs, Television, and Rust. So the person says, I think Big Macs are misunderstood. So the guy he chooses Big Macs. Of course, now you read them aloud to everybody because that's where the fun is. It's a funny party game, supposedly. Misunderstood then would go to the person who put down Big Mac. So that person would get a green apple card. And so you would do this until you reach the maximum number of green apples that you're supposed to have. And that's pretty much how to play the game Apples to Apples. And I'll be back and tell you what I think about it here in just a moment. Here's what I think about Apples to Apples. Apples to Apples for its time when it first came out. This was by Out of the Box Games. I think it got sold to another company. I'm not sure the licensing of it. But the one I have is by Out of the Box Publishing. And like I said, up to 10 people can play this game. So it's a large group game. It is a party game. It does create some laughter and some hilarity, but for me, the game is very dry. It's just very, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it just gets repetitious. I know you got a lot of red apple cards and green apple cards, and you don't see the same thing every time, but to me, this game is just something I prefer not to play a whole lot, because I just don't like this style of game as much as I did when it first came out. But the good things about this game, the cards have held up well. They're they're pretty good quality. I don't like it has square edges on the card because they do bend, and it gets, you know, when you're shuffling them, sometimes they do bend and get crinked around the corners. They could have rounded them, which would have been good. But the little plastic trays, these things are pretty nice. I mean, they hold the cards well. They're made out of plastic. You can put them out on a table on each end. Everybody has something to draw from. And the rules were very simple, very laid out. So I think it's good rules. But as I said, if you like this style of game, where you're going to get a lot of people to the table, and it's something you're going to be doing as far as a party game, this game works fine. To me, I'm just no longer, it doesn't fit in my genre of gameplay anymore. It's not something I want to bring to the table unless maybe it's a church group or something like that. It's kind of fun and it's enjoyable, but it's just not one of my favorites anymore. But if you're into that, check out Apples Dapples. I think you'll enjoy it. If you like those, you know, I'm the judge. We pick some cards. They're funny. And you pick a winner. And whoever gets the most apples, red apples, wins. Guys, that's Apples Dapples by Out of the Box Games. It's for, I forgot how many players it's for again. It is for 4 to 10 players, 5 minutes to learn. It says 20 to 30 minutes per game. And it probably takes about 20-30 minutes. It depends on how fast people can read the cards, how, you know, if they don't get too much analysis paralysis picking a card out of their hand. It doesn't take that long. Guys, if you enjoy this type of game, this game's for you. To me, I've played it so many times, I would rather not get it to the table much. It's just not one of the games that I'm looking to get to the table. So, guys, I appreciate you watching these videos. If you'll like, share, subscribe, comment, I sure would appreciate it. And as always, get a game to the table, spend time with family and friends, and thanks for watching Calvin's Guide Games.